Hi, I'm Corin Sloss from Spicefreak Fiery Foods, Recipes and Reviews, and this isn't Hot Pepper Gaming. Just this once though, now I'm trending otherwise, as I eat some hot peppers and try my utmost to recite a pre-scripted video game review. So I grew up with an N64, but always loved playing Sonic in arcades and in friends' houses. 1 and 2 were my childhood, and when the Dreamcast ports finally came to the GameCube, I was overjoyed. I, unlike a lot of people, thoroughly enjoyed Sonic's transition to 3D, but it didn't mean that I didn't also like the Rush games, the Advanced games, and even the 3DS version of Generations. Today though, I'm not here to talk about any of those. I'm here to talk about Sonic Forces, the latest Sonic Team, and the latest 3D Sonic game. After eating one of these orange habaneros. Oh yeah, I probably need this bucket ready, just in case. So, like Adventure 2 before it, Sonic Forces has essentially 3 games in one. Unlike Adventure 2 though, all 3 playable characters are essentially Sonic. There's modern Sonic, with all the boost-based gameplay that 3D games have had recently. There's 2D classic Sonic, introduced in Generations. And the all-new character for this game, a custom hero that the fan base has lovingly dubbed DeviantArt Sonic. All 3 of these heroes have their roots in actual Sonic gameplay. There's no treasure hunting here. There's no racing. There's no racing AI. There's no take a break to fish. There's no mech battles. There aren't even any Chow to raise. In place of those Chow, we get missions for replay value, such as boost in a Sonic stage, Jumpers classic Sonic, or get an S rank on the last level. There's some really simple ones, some quite extreme ones, and as far as I know, very little in the middle. And these are all rewarded with custom hero gear. Clothes to dress up your Sonic avatar, which is probably the most interesting part of the game. Anyway, since they're the newcomer, of course they're the focus, which works pretty well. But I would quite like a middle ground between the 2 difficulties and missions. For now though, let's look at modern Sonic. The snarky, gotta go fast hedgehog that we all know and love. Yes, that's right. Another game segment needs another pepper. Let's do this. Modern Sonic in this game runs at a blistering pace, just like you'd expect. But he also goes from 0 to 100 in just a second or 2, making momentum retention, core concept of past Sonic titles, pretty irrelevant. Add to this the boost button, and there's no real sense of accomplishment that comes when running along at speed. But wait, there's more. At his slow starting space, Sonic has full 3D movement. He can walk around and explore the environment. Not that there's that much to explore, but there's a little bit here and there. But if you hold the control stick for too long in any one direction, he reaches a higher speed and suddenly has very little ability to do more than veer slightly left or right. In many of these segments, the control stick won't even take him left or right at all. In fact, you kind of have to press the shoulder buttons and it becomes essentially an endless runner mobile style game. Give me the script forward a little bit. It's a seriously quick change, which totally screws with most of the platforming. It means that basically you can only go all the way forward in a jump, or barely forward at all, no in between. It makes it really difficult to do anything precise in the air. The second one was probably harder than the first, but might be just the combination of the two. Either way, 2 fresh habaneros, serious stuff. Ow. Anyway, where was I? He does have a double jump to try and make things easier, but his double jump adds very little height, doesn't do much at all, and frankly, it's not very useful. Add to that the fact that the double jump and the homing attack introduced in later games take the same button. And gee, my hands are tingling. Right, it's not, well, they use the same button and it's just controlled by circumstance. The targeting on the homing attack is not very good. Half the time it won't lock on and you'll end up killing enemies with the double jump instead, which should not be able to happen. So yet again, it's a case of control, take it out of the player's hands, put in the place of the computer, and the computer's screwing it up. Anyway, so, don't know whether I managed to catch that particular bit on video, but I'll see what I can do, and it will be in the footage next to me if I've edited this correctly. Anyway, let's go back to the whole momentum thing for a moment and have a look at classic Sonic. I really don't want to do this, but for the video. Oh. No. I thought it would be so much easier than this. But I'm going to have to leave the review there for now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to see me in pain more. And I would not recommend this game or these peppers. Goodbye. So, just cleaned up, taken almost no time at all. I'm perfectly fine now, as you can see, but as you can see my face is also fairly wet because I had to clean all the vomit off, because that last one was a bit of a shock. Anyway, Sonic Forces does a fair bit of taking control out of the player's hands. It does it has the same exact momentum problems as classic Sonic, but worse because there's a lot more of the platforming. And it has, well, I'll show you just how bad that is in the video beside me, give you an idea of just how unnecessarily hard the final level was. because it wasn't difficult platforming, it was just terrible controls making it such. Anyway, then there's the custom hero, whose gameplay revolves around wisp power-ups and various different things, like similar to the Ender Beam and brawling in the other recent games, Unleash and what was the name of it? Sonic Boom, but at a much faster pace than either of those. Kind of destroy the point of enemies like Boost does, given that they die far too fast for any of their shots to take effect. And it's only contact damage that really hurt you anyway. But again, all of these are filled with quick time events, even actual cutscenes in place of gameplay. The game just does a great job of taking control away from the player, meaning that there's very little, well, there's a lot less gameplay to it than I would like. But that said, the music is good, the game does look good, and the final boss is one of the best endless mobile runner bosses I've ever come across. Whether that makes it worthwhile as a full price console game, I don't know. Probably not. Overall, I'd give it 3 peppers out of 10, and these chilies, I'd normally say they're about a 6 on my scale on their own, maybe a little bit more, but when you have 3 of them in a row and all the juice is free flowing from having been defrosted recently, because you can't get fresh peppers in November, then they tend to stack a bit. It gets quite intense. Let's just put it that way. So, thanks for watching me in pain. If you want to see more, please subscribe to this. If you want to see my more serious reviews, check my blog down in the description. And yeah, comment below if you want more gaming videos, preferably without me throwing up like this. Bye.